Welcome to your yoga practice to celebrate the Hunter's full moon in the sign of Aries. The Hunter's moon, sometimes known as the blood moon, is the reference to the time of year where we prepare for the colder months. We use this time to embrace the last few days of sun and our remaining energy to create strong foundations and a safe environment for the cold. The sign of Aries, a fire sign, represented by the ram, encourages that courageous, headstrong enthusiasm that we need for this last push of energy. Our yoga practice today will reflect these themes. We'll be building strength through the physical body in order to create the support we need. Motivation wanes during the cooler months, so this is the time to set ourselves realistic goals and intention which are sustainable throughout the winter. Some complementary crystals for this practice could include bloodstone, aventurine, or red jasper. Some essential oils which may amplify these themes could be ginger, black pepper, or cardamom. When you're ready, let's begin. Hi everyone, welcome to your Hunter's full moon in the sign of Aries yoga practice. So we're actually going to start today with our intention setting in quite a dynamic way. So we're going to come into a tabletop, wrist under shoulders, knees under hips, fingers spread nice and wide. And we're going to inhale as we always do into cat-cow. So inhaling into cow, extending the spine, lifting your chin, lifting your chest, letting the belly drop down. And then as we exhale, we round the spine into cat, pushing the hand into the earth, finding that little engagement of the abdominals as you bring your chin towards your collarbone. And we're going to continue to undulate the spine in this way for a little bit longer than we ordinarily would. So maybe 5 to 10 rounds of these at your own pace. And as we do this, we're going to kind of set our intention for today's practice. So as we breathe in, I want you to feel the power, the energy that floods through with the breath. And as you exhale, I want you to feel this strength, support, and grounding as you round the spine. Feel that engagement of your muscles and feel that support of the earth. And this is going to be our intention. We're using the power, the fire, the potent energy of the Aries full moon. And then we're applying it, we're grounding it, we're creating this structure we need. So this is how we're going to work our way through the transition, preparing for the winter months. So we're harnessing this energy that we've been gifted on this full moon, and we're creating the supports that we need in place for the future. You can almost imagine the hunter gathering, using this time to utilize the sun, the warmth while it's still here, and then we're creating a store, a powerhouse ready for the months where there's less motivation, less intention. The next time you inhale, you can make your way back to a neutral spine. And just take a breath in here. And exhale fully. Now from this position, we're going to bring our right toes to the back of the mat and then over towards the left side. So a little side body stretch. Make sure your belly doesn't dip down. And then from here you can turn and look out over towards your right toes, over your left shoulder. Breathing into the right side waist, into the right side ribs. Inhale back through center, and then you can lift your right leg so it's parallel to the floor. Alternatively, you can bend your knee so your right foot is facing the ceiling, flexing those right toes back. You can hold in stillness, or you can start to take little pulses. Make sure at this point you don't start holding the breath. It can be really tempting to just sort of hold the breathing here and just work through the intensity. Just try to maintain smooth breathing. Then hold your body in stillness. You have the option to stay here, or you can reach your left hand back for your right ankle, either hugging in that heel or engaging through the right glutes, engaging through the spine, lifting your chin and your chest into tiger's pose, feeling that strength, once again, that little bit of fire. Inhale, right leg back, left arm forwards. And then as you exhale, release back to tabletop. Finding the opposite side, so bring your left toes to the back of the mat, nice and strong, and then bring your left toes over towards the right side. Don't let your left shoulder lift up above your right, keep both shoulders nice and even, and then move. So find that space through the left side waist, gently toning through the right side obliques. Inhale, bring your left leg back through center, and then you can lift. So once again, it's parallel. Try not to let your belly drop or bend your knee. Okay, so those low ribs are knitted down towards your hips. Stay there, or you can pulse. Sorry, I almost forgot the pulsing. You can flex those toes back in little pulses, up and down. Keep the low belly toned. Breathing. Don't hold your breath. 3, 2, 1. Hold in stillness. Stay there, or reach your right hand back for your left ankle. Hug that heel in, or as you inhale, lift your chin, your chest. Engage your left glute. Almost like a bow and arrow string here. We're finding that strength, the power of the hunter. Then as you inhale, reach your left arm back, right arm forward. Sorry, left leg back, right arm forward. Release down. And then just sit your hips to your heels. Come to child's pose for a moment. We've been in that tabletop for a while, so just give your wrists a little relax, a little softening, bit of movement. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way to downward facing dog. So bring your wrists forward, palms forward, tuck the toes under with a bend to the knees, bring your hips up and back. And you can just pedal out those heels one at a time. Maybe even a little bit of movement into the hips. But most importantly, we're maintaining smooth breath, especially as the intensity builds. Remember, this practice is supposed to be uncomfortable. We're looking for those areas of challenge and we're embracing them, okay? It's not that we want this practice to be easy. It's not that we want to feel strong and confident. It's that we want to feel challenged. That's the point. As we inhale, we're going to lift the right leg up and back. Now, this can be done with the left knee on the floor from a tabletop position. Otherwise, as you exhale, bend the right knee, bring your shoulders over your wrists, bring your right knee towards your nose and tap. Hold there for a second. Then as you inhale, right leg lifts up and back. As you exhale, bend your right knee, bring your shoulders over your wrists, right knee to right elbow, tap, hold for a second. And then inhale, right leg lifts up and back. As you exhale, right knee now across the body towards your left elbow. Tap, hold. Inhale, reach, three-legged dog. And this time as you exhale, knee towards your nose, and then you're going to step through. So nice strong shoulders, nice strong core, and then step. Release your left foot down. Catch your breath in runner's lunge. Already feeling some intensity here. That heart rate should be going up a little bit. From here, bring your left wrist under your left shoulder. Reach those right fingertips up. Option to lift your left knee off the floor. Keep your right knee tracking over your right ankle though. And now the movement's like a wheel, so breathe in. As you exhale, reach those right fingertips back, float them back, trace them along the floor, and then as you inhale, it's like you pick up the left and come into your high lunge. So we're going to move into that airplane sequence. So sink your hips low, take a breath in. As you exhale, bring your arms back, bring your torso forward, palms face down as you lift your gaze forwards. Inhale back to your crescent lunge. As we exhale, airplane lunge, sweeping those arms. You can also do this with the left knee on the floor. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane lunge. Inhale, crescent, and now this time as you exhale, you can do airplane lunge again, or as you exhale, hope I have space, fully into airplane pose. Left leg lifts, no higher than parallel to the floor, arms alongside your body. Now if you have the space and you want a bit more heat, you can actually bring your arms alongside your ears, palms facing each other. If you need to come out, otherwise keep your arms as they are or hands to waist. As you inhale, bend your right knee, bring your left leg with you, bend your left knee, and then as you exhale, charge that left heel away. So your leg may not be completely straight, just heading in that direction. If possible, pointing those left toes, holding for 3, breathing for 2, and 1. Bend your left knee, see if you can come out the same way. So inhaling, exhale back to warrior 3. Inhaling into your crescent lunge. And then as we exhale, plant those hands on either side of the right foot. Now you can step straight back to down dog from here. Otherwise, as you inhale, come to a plank pose, knees lifted or lowered. As you exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, or halfway down through Chaturanga Dandasana, staff pose. Inhaling into your baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. And just catch your breath. Feel that heat, that last little surge of energy that Aries brings with the Hunter's full moon. Then when you're ready, remember you can drop your right knee to the floor for this one. Inhale, left leg lifts. As you exhale, shoulders over your wrist, knee towards your nose, tap. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, shoulders over wrists, tap, hold. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee across the body, strengthening your side body. Hold, right elbow. And then exhaling, inhaling, three-legged dog. Exhale, now this time knee to nose. Step your left foot through and drop your right knee down. Stay here, just a breath, catch your breath. Feel your heart rate. Feel that energy flooding the body. And then right wrist under right shoulder, left arm up. Stay with the right knee on the floor, or you can lift the right knee from the floor. Good, inhaling. As you exhale, sweep those left fingertips down, around, and then as they meet the front, come up, reaching up with both arms into your high lunge, crescent lunge. As we exhale, airplane lunge. Inhale into crescent. Squeeze the right glute, exhale, airplane lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane lunge. Inhale, crescent. This time, airplane lunge, or as we exhale, full airplane or warrior three. Arms alongside your body. Gaze forward. Right leg is no higher than parallel to the floor, and your right hip is down and in line with your left. If you need to come out, please do. Otherwise, hands alongside your body or to the waist. You can bend your right knee, soft bend through your left knee as you come through. Bring your right knee with you as you inhale. Exhale, charge that heel away. Point those right toes. For 5, shoulders soft. 4, belly in and up. 3, relax your jaw. 2, it's supposed to be hard. And 1, bend your right knee, inhaling. As we exhale, back to warrior 3. Inhale into crescent lunge. And then as we exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, option to step back to plank pose. As you exhale, lower down. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just catch your breath. Then as we inhale, we're going to come forward to a plank. If plank is a little bit intense after all that, come to a tabletop or just drop your knees to the floor. Keep a little bend in your elbows and keep protracting the scapula, so you're pushing the earth away from you using the strength of your arms. Inhaling. As you exhale, you can just drop to the knees or bend those elbows, lower all the way down. Untucking your toes, and we're going to come into a locust pose. So from our bellies, interlace fingers behind the back. This can also be done with the arms alongside your body. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, feet hips width, or you can bring your toes together to touch for more intensity. Then as we inhale, it's like those fists are being pulled down the backs of your legs as you lift your chin, lift your chest. Stay with that, or you can engage your glutes and lift your legs up off the floor as well. Holding, breathing. Your breath will feel quite shallow here. Try to breathe anyway. Inhaling. As we exhale, just release your arms, release your either ear to the floor or your forehead to the floor. And just feel your heartbeat. Know that you're alive in this moment. And then from here, it would feel wrong to do a hunter's full moon practice without a bow pose. It kind of feels obligatory at this point. So we're going to do a bow pose. From this position, you can do it with or without the arms. So arms flat to the floor, palms down, or with your knees bent, feet hips width apart, knees hips width apart. You can take a hold of the outsides of your feet with your hands. As we inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest, and you can always just work with the upper body, or like we did in tiger's pose, you can squeeze your glutes, lift your chin, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Breathe as fully as you can, even if it's shallow. You may notice a little bit of rocking here from side to side. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Gently release your legs, release your arms, release the opposite ear to the floor. And then if you want to just lift up and back to down dog, please feel free. Otherwise, you can bring your palms under your shoulders, tuck your toes under. You can come through a reverse chaturanga, so lifting up to plank from your bellies. Sometimes you need the knees for this. Otherwise, as you inhale, lengthen the spine. Then as you exhale, push, lift up to plank. Take a breath in here. Then as you exhale, option to lower halfway down through chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale into downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale fully. Now this might be your favorite pose, but probably not. We're going to come to a boat pose, Savasana. So if you're familiar with jumping through, you can jump through. Otherwise, just drop to the knees and then make your way to boat pose from there. Otherwise, you can look forward, step or jump. And then bring your legs towards parallel with the floor, your shins towards parallel with the floor, arms alongside your legs, fingers together. If you're noticing your spine is rounding, use the hands to help support you to lift your chest a bit higher. If you want to take it even further, you can straighten your legs, look to the toes. We're going to take inspiration from the Ashtanga series today, so we're actually going to do 3 rounds of these, and in between rounds you have the option to cross your shins and rest, or you can cross the shins and pick up those hips. So when you're ready, cross the shins, you can rest, or knees towards your shoulders, cross the ankles, hips, hands just in front of your hips, lift up anything at all, and then release. We'll do another round. Look to the toes, jaw is soft, shoulders are soft, core is strong, shaking is okay. Means we're working. That fire is hopefully, if not already fully stoked, at least building. Good, release. Try to alternate the cross of the shins. If you can remember, maybe pick up, release. Last round. 5, 4, don't hold your breath. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Cross your shins, pick up, release. Good. Just release your legs. Come to lay down on your back. And then from here, we're just going to take our counter posture, which will be a nice bridge pose. Now, bridge pose, especially with glutes bridge or Pilates bridge, it can be tempting to really engage the glutes here. We're actually doing this to open through the front body a bit more. So knees bent, knees and ankles hips width apart, arms alongside your body, palms facing down. On your inhalation, you're going to lengthen your tailbone towards the backs of the heels and then begin to lift your hips up. Option to stay here or interlace fingers behind the back, rolling onto the tops of the shoulders, bringing your chin away from your chest. Now it can be tempting to squeeze the glutes because it will lift your hips higher, but actually if you soften the glutes, you may notice that you can bring more space into the front of the belly, the ribs and the chest. So try both, see what works best for you. Inhaling, and then as you exhale, release the bind of your hands. Slowly lower those hips back down. And then from here, we're going to hug the right knee in for a nice stretch to the glutes. We're going to cross the right ankle over your left thigh, for a reclined pigeon. You can stay with this, or as you exhale, hug your left knee in, or your shin. If you're enjoying the sensation through your right glute and this feels good, maybe you're wanting a nice stretch to release through the hamstrings. You can actually interlace fingers through the back of the left leg and use the tips of the fingers to just gently massage any tension you're feeling through the back of the leg. Sometimes that feels quite nice. Inhaling, Then as you exhale, release the sole of the left foot to the floor. Hug your right knee in. Release the right foot down. Exhale, hug your left knee in. Ankle over the right thigh. And find a similar variation that you did on the other side. So if you took that hamstring stretch, feel free to take that on this side as well. Just make sure your neck is not straining. Your head is nice and long to the floor with your chin towards your chest slightly. And when you're ready, release the right knee down, hug your left knee in, release your left leg down. Now feet mat width apart, knees still bent. We're going to bring the arms out to a cactus position or a capital T position, and we're just going to lower the knees over to the right with the option to gaze over to your left hand. Now if this feels good, you don't have any lower back injuries and you want a nice stretch to your quadriceps, you can actually bring your right ankle to your left thigh or just above your left knee, and sometimes that feels really good. Otherwise, keep your feet where they are. Breathe deep. Really slowing down now, letting the energy regulate once more. Release your right foot, bring your knees through center, and then over to the left. Maybe gaze to right side with your left foot on top of the right knee if you'd like. And as we slow down, we may notice that the breath becomes naturally deeper, the heart rate slows. And actually, I think this is a nice symbolism for the transition of the season. We have had a lot of energy, a lot of motivation through the warmer months, this sort of sun. And it makes us feel empowered, stronger. Now, as we slow down, we're starting to notice the more relaxation, the calming, and the grounding. Release your left foot from your right thigh. Just gently bring your knees back through center. And then hug your knees in towards the chest. Gently rock from side to side. And then when you're ready, release into Savasana with your legs out long, arms alongside your body, palms open. Or you can always have your knees bent if you prefer. Just relax the control of the breathing, the bandhas if you had them. Relax your shoulders, all the tissues of the body. And just feel this heaviness. So this Aries full moon, like that of the hunter, is really our last opportunity to set strong intentions and strong foundations. There is a natural dip in motivation when the weather becomes cooler and the days become darker. And so what we can do is, like the hunter gathering resources, we can gather our resources. And although today's yoga practice has been quite based on strength and building that heat, your resources may be in many different areas of your life. Maybe you're looking to grow and expand your spiritual practice. Maybe you're looking to expand and grow your physical goals. Maybe you're looking to learn and evolve and become a studier of many different things. Whatever your intention is, the motivation over the next few months is likely to wane. And so this practice is about establishing that connection. We're gathering the resources. We're setting our intention and we're accepting that, like the hunter, this is going to be hard work. We have to keep focused, we have to keep aware. But once we are aware that this is going to be a challenge, we're able to adapt our goals and our intentions in a way that's more suited. So maybe instead of dedicating to a 90-minute yoga practice every day, we say our intention could be to just step onto our yoga mat and take a breath. Instead of reading through an entire textbook, maybe we just open onto the first page. Instead of getting a brand new gym membership, maybe we invest in a small pair of weights. These are the realistic goals we can set ourselves as we gather our resources and prepare for the colder, the darker months ahead. And so as you rest here for a few more long moments, I want you to think of an intention. that maybe works for you. Cultivate that feeling and begin to build the resources within you. Be aware that the journey ahead is going to be a challenge, it's going to be difficult. And instead we connect to the fundamentals, the very foundations of that practice. And this last surge, this hunter's full moon, may give us that little bit of boost to get the preparations in place that we need to create this as a sustainable habit. I encourage you please to stay resting in your Savasana for another few minutes. If you have the time, please meditate on how it may serve you to better take your goals in an approachable way over the next season. However you feel for this Aries full moon, I hope you've embraced the fiery qualities. Wishing you a wonderful rest of your day as you go forward, wishing you peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, peace in your heart. Namaste.